I am a very simple individual. I'm a very simple man, a very simple woman, whatever the fuck you want to call me. But I understand there's one thing that can be completely understood from professional wrestling, and it is that it is inherently unsafe. If you do not actively train, you do not get to tell a professional what or how or when or why to do something unless you are an also trained professional. And when you have to do a tweet saying, hey, I'm not a professional, but I try to give people, my advice. Who the fuck are you? Who the fuck are you? Besides being, your name is Peter Rosenberg, you're from New York, you look like this, you've probably done no athletic thing in your life besides get the fuck out of bed and contemplate what to eat. You talk about a lot of different stuff, but you talk about a lot of different shit poorly. People seem upset I post this. It only came from a place of sincere care. EO is amazing and one of the best on earth, and it still represents a huge risk. Did anyone show him that time that she did a moonsault off the balcony onto Pentagon, and then Pentagon also continued to beat the piss out of her in that match at Lucha Underground? Are we going to talk about that? No, that's not risky. People are always okay with risk until something inherently goes wrong in professional wrestling. And here's the issue with everyone in professional wrestling today, is that everyone wants to be some clean, neat fucking superhero movie. And the inherent part of professional wrestling is that professional wrestling is flawed, and it is utilized and it's practiced by humans. Professional wrestling is the art of human struggle. And you know what happens when human beings struggle? They fuck shit up. They fail. They get hurt. It's part of the fucking game. Just because it goes right 100 times doesn't mean that one time it is not going to go right. Have you ever heard of Manami Toyota? That woman would legit go jump up onto the top ropes and half the time fuck it up. Sabu would fuck it up all the time. Did we play the safety police then? No. Oh, I'm sorry, because it was the past. It's much more dangerous now. I hate to break it to you. Professional wrestling is a very dangerous sport. The Disneyfication, no, the hipsterification, the gentrification of professional wrestling and the McDonald'sification of professional wrestling are two completely different subjects, but they are all interrelated because it's basically the dumbing down and the trying to white girl out what makes pro wrestling pro wrestling. It is blood and guts. It is painful. It is simulated violence. And at the end of the day, it's about showing what human beings can do while overcoming adversity and succeeding or failing on the other side. The audacity of someone like Peter Rosenberg. Okay. And people can say, like, you're just overreacting. No, I feel about this 24/7. I rant about this 24/7. I hate motherfuckers who have not done shit in professional wrestling telling people how to do a technique or when to do a technique or why to do a technique. Now, can someone in professional wrestling or someone who is not in professional wrestling have an opinion on whether a match is good or not? Yes, that is perfectly fine. But do you get to tell people when or why or how to do moves? No. Was anyone questioning whether when I got crushed by light tube chair's elbow by Daiju Wakamatsu, did anyone question if we should be doing this, or did they check on me and make sure I wasn't dead? And I was like, oh my God. They said, okay, it was awesome. No, it's. Again, the pussification of professional wrestling continues to astound me. It's people that don't like professional wrestling. It is people that don't want pro wrestling to be what made pro wrestling great to be pro wrestling. We want it to be the safe, Disney coddled, weak, watered down shit. The best parts about professional wrestling are when professional wrestling makes you give a fuck. And you know how you make people give a fuck? You pretend you get hurt, and sometimes you get hurt, and sometimes when you get hurt, you don't think, oh no, what am I going to do now? It's, oh, I can use this to my advantage, and I use it to make you care even more, because at the end of the day, everything in pro wrestling should be utilized to make you care about the next thing that you do. Everything, and the fact that no one told this guy beyond Bailey and other people saying, hey, shut the fuck up, I'd have walked him outside and said, know your place. Sit at the fucking thing, look in the camera, look nice, and don't tell professional wrestlers how to do professional things ever again. Okay? No. But I care. Congratulations, you care. So does everyone else. So does probably all of her friends and all of her family. And are they going to tell her, don't do that ever again? They're going to be like, okay, you're safe. Thank God. It's part of the fucking trade. If people never did anything risky just because it was inherently risky and there were people to naysay, don't do it, no, don't do that, you're gonna hurt yourself, nothing would ever get done. There would be no advancements in society. There would be no wars fought. Nothing would get done. So thank God we don't listen to people like Peter Rosenberg, who doesn't do anything risky in a physical environment. Okay? People like this and people who want to be the safety police and ask, has pro wrestling gone too far? If you are actually talking from an artistic standpoint of, do these pro wrestling matches maybe go too long? Are they maybe a bit excessive? Do people do a little bit too much and it kind of makes everything kind of dull and boring? That's a different subject entirely. And I could probably agree with you on that. But just the safety police over a suicide dive in the Lord's Day of 2026, April 1st. Is this an April Fool's joke? Because I feel like I'm getting fucking punked, okay? That we're still fucking having these stupid arguments from stupid people who think they really know ball. Professional wrestling fans do not know ball when it comes to the actual intrinsic parts, the machinations of professional wrestling. They just like to think they do, and then they like to tell professional wrestlers why it's wrong and why it's bad and why it sucks and why you shouldn't do that. Yoshihiro Takayama broke his neck on a sunset flip, and you're gonna are you gonna say, don't do the sunset flip? Don't do the sunset flip? No. We know what we're doing. We know what we're probably going to get hurt. We know we can get hurt. We do it for the love of the fucking game. Just like people that do MMA are going to get punched in the fucking nose, probably going to get an eye fractured, an orbital fractured, a leg fractured, a nose broken. We do it because we love it. We do it because we want to do it to achieve a legacy beyond being a basic, boring bitch named Peter Rosenberg. And I don't even hate Peter Rosenberg, but he's officially the human punching bag for this kind of issue. Sit there, shut up, look in the camera, and don't tell me or other people how to do their fucking job. It's okay to be concerned, but stop acting like one incident is inherent where we need to cut out the entirety of what's been going in pro wrestling for the last 30 years. Okay? It was a suicide dive. Something fucking happens. I could go for a suplex and land wrong and tweak my back, and all of a sudden I don't feel my legs anymore. Matt Tremont ran into the ropes and fucking lost all feeling in his legs and crumbled to the ground. Are we going to stop hitting the ropes now? Oh, we're not? Oh. Sit down, shut up, and come here. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Don't tell any of us what to do. Sit there, say the match was good or the match was bad, and that's it. Okay? And if you have issues with some things like maybe a weapon used in a match, like, oh, I don't think syringes were very effective for a pro wrestling match, that's a different topic entirely. I could agree with you on that. I think 45-minute long death matches are a bit too long for a pay-per-view that ends at 12:30? Sure. But saying one move should not be done, or I, as an innocent bystander, are going to tell someone they shouldn't do that move because it went wrong one time. Cut it out of the arsenal. It's not worth the risk. Everything is risky. Are you going to talk to Ray Phoenix about his rope walking? What if he slips and eats shit? Hey, that thing that made you famous, that people really love that you do, don't do that. We need to gatekeep people's opinions, and we need to gatekeep people having actual thought processes. I think we should just remove people's brains entirely. I think that's a very good idea. We need to let people know when they're talking out their ass. We need to let people know when to shut the fuck up. And it's okay to tell people to shut the fuck up when they have no idea what's going on. Now, again, can people have opinions on things? Like, was a match good? Was a match bad? Is a wrestler good? Is a wrestler bad? Sure, go wild. You can shit talk me on the internet. People already do. It's the rhyme and reason of being in the public sphere and in the public eye. People are going to critique things. But sitting here acting like some kind of authority on anything that happens and acting like people should listen to you because you have some standing somehow, some way in the weird political money-based hierarchy that you're a part of in the WWE, I think that's silly. You're not Shawn Michaels. You're not someone who I would listen to. And I don't even know if I really listen to Shawn Michaels for everything, because I just don't agree with a lot of WWE or Western style professional wrestling. It's just not my thing. But would I listen to him still? Yeah. Does he have some basis of authority in what he might be saying? Yeah. Does Peter Rosenberg or some jackass on Twitter with a podcast? Not really. Hell, does Jim Cornette even really have any basis of authority besides being around wrestling, being around booking, about moves or any kind of physicality in that? I would say no. Know your role, shut your mouth, and sit there and you can't even look pretty for the camera. Sit there and look like a man who was used as a Muppet piece for someone in the back to promote the next thing. And don't tell people in pro wrestling how to pro wrestle.